About there, YouTube, this is Joe Johnson030. You already know what it is. Sam, I'd like to introduce yourself.
Who? SEL0320. Representing JBS.
Here.
We are back again.
Yeah.
Right. For a review
Non-spoiler review for The Legends of Tomorrow, the newest episode.
Yeah.
Right on.
So, what did we think about this episode?
Yeah. Well, what I thought about this episode, man, I really enjoyed it. Not so much as everything that I've watched as far as entertainment purposes, but I mean, this is my genuine input. But one thing, my favorite part of this episode was what you guys probably already seen in the trailers was actually seeing Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
Old Queen, as I like to refer to him as. That was probably my favorite part of this whole episode. Other than that, I mean, it was good. I mean, it was steady. It was consistent. Mm-hmm. But no, nothing that blew my mind really. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's a good episode.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a pretty decent episode. The problem is that I feel like the show, from episode to episode, is a whole different continuity, and it doesn't have the advantage of like Arrow, Flash, of having like a continuation of pacing. Like it's a continuation of pacing as far as the character development, but not as far as sequence after sequence after sequence. This has a result after this, you know? And it's like we haven't watched, 3 or 4 episodes? And it's like we didn't miss a step, really. Mm-hmm. Like nothing of great significance has spoiled us looking at this episode. And I think that's the only downfall with the show in general. But like Joe said, one of the biggest highlights is definitely seeing old Oliver. And it was episode 6 of his first season, Star City 2046. And it's interesting seeing the dynamics of what's going on, you know, and what happened to the previous heroes such as Diggle, Thea, Laurel, even Felicity. But seeing Oliver, it was actually really awesome. Like Stephen Amell as old Oliver Queen, and actually having him actually have the goatee that Oliver Queen's supposed to have was awesome to actually watch. We actually did a reaction to it. It's pretty funny. But even like Connor Hawke, I was really happy having a brother being Connor Hawke, even because they didn't just do it to do it. It showed that this is an alternative streamline. Whether it's not, if you know who Connor Hawke is in the comics, I think that we're going to get to that a little bit later on, probably in, I guess, the end run of Arrow. But either way, to see a brother playing it, and not just that, to figure out who he actually was, I thought that was the only surprise out of the whole episode. Like, to me, I was like, I think people have speculated who it was, but to actually know is pretty epic. The dynamics between Captain Cole and his protege, or I guess his partner, was really interesting because it's sure that Leonard Snart now has become more of a conscious purpose as far as him trying to be a hero versus just trying to take. It was some weird dialogue going on between Ray and Jefferson for some love situation that was going on that didn't necessarily, to me, go anywhere. It was entertaining. It felt like it didn't make sense, I guess, to me. I don't know. I felt like they just kind of threw that in there. And not just that, the professor kind of didn't make matters worse. He made matters worse. The only thing that I think seems plausible is, I guess, the Time Lord and Sarah. As far as their relationship, there's definitely some stuff going on there as far as rumblings are concerned. They might care about each other a little bit more than they're kind of letting on. So we'll see where that goes, I guess, in the future episodes of Legend of Tomorrow. But all in all, I mean, I guess episode, 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10, maybe. Only reason that I would give it an 8 is just because of Stephen Amell being in there. But if Stephen Amell was not in there, I don't think that I would give this episode a really huge review. Oh, and there's a major villain that plays in this. It was an interesting reveal with that one, but everybody could kind of guess what that was going to be. But like I said, I give it 7.5 out of 10. What was your closing thoughts and number for it?
My rating for this episode is definitely going to be a 7. 7, solid episode. You know, just not that much development, but hey.
It was entertaining. This was always, I mean, it's always some good action sequences that were going on. Like, there was one action sequence towards the end that was pretty epic. The only problem that I had really with this episode, too, is that there was no Easter eggs whatsoever. if you're looking for stuff about like other heroes around this time frame, you're not gonna get it in this episode. So just be forewarned, you're not gonna see any other heroes involved in this. So don't get your hopes up. Go into it just knowing that and try to enjoy the episode. Thanks everybody. We are not gonna be doing a spoiler review for this. This is our non-spoiler review for Legend of Tomorrow, Star City 2046. Get at us. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace everybody.